Hello, everyone. My name is Anna, and on that side of the stage is Yuriy. We are co-founders of Lalafo. And today we would like to share some exciting news with you. And first of all, we would like you to welcome on stage our new colleague, Chief Automation Officer, Lala.
Guten Tag, Berlin.
And first of all, let me remind you what is Lalafo. Maybe some of you don't know, although it's our fifth NOAH. Lalafo is a service that lets you get rid of the stuff you no longer use. We started Lalafo 4 years ago as a mobile classified service that lets you advertise things that you would like to sell or rent. And when we started Lalafo, we knew that only 2% of people actually use classifieds more or less regularly, although it's a very, very large industry and generates around $100 billion in annual revenues. 2 years ago, we won here in Berlin at NOAH Startup Stage, and since then, we raised 3 rounds of funding, and our team have grown to 100 people. 3 million people use Lalafo every month, and our revenues grow at about 50% per year. What we've been committed at Lalafo, we wanted to find a way to turn these 2% of people who actually use classifieds into 20% and grow this market into a $1 trillion market. So today we would like to show you that Lalafo transformed from a traditional classified into an assistant that actually handles your stuff for you. And we would like to show how this transformation happened, how we combined technology, artificial intelligence, computer vision, and logistics to create a far more valuable service for people.
So, let us begin.
So 4 years ago, we launched Lalafo as a mobile classifieds. What is a classified service? It's a service where you can advertise something for sale or for rent, right? How do people use classifieds? Let's imagine a Saturday morning and you are full of energy at your house. You've collected the full box of unused stuff you want to get rid of. You pick the first item, you spend half an hour taking photos, describing, finding a price for it. Then you take the second item, and then you are done. You're exhausted, you're stressed, you stop, and you go get some beer. That's how people use classifieds right now. It's a hassle for an ordinary person to take photos, to describe items, to list them. That's why last year at NOAH, we presented our computer vision technology, which we call Product DNA. Product DNA can detect product types and key characteristics of products just by a single photo. Since then, we've covered almost all product types and key characteristics of products being sold on marketplaces. Lala, could you please tell us more about Product DNA?
If you wanted to sell your bike, you would need to take a photo, and Lalafo would know what type of product it is, its color, brand, material, and other characteristics, and suggest a price based on similar items sold.
Thank you, Lala. So, by using technology, we solved one of the problems. And we saw that our users started creating more listings. Lala, how many listings can a user create on Lalafo per minute?
With new technology, you could list 60 items per minute.
Yeah, that's impressive, but that's only one of the problems that we solved. What we wanted to do next, we wanted to see how we actually could help people get rid of these 60 items that they've listed. To do this, we created the entire team that became heavy users of our own product. They started selling thousands of items. And what we realized is that selling one mobile phone or one bicycle is a very different experience from trying to sell 60 items. And that was the time when we understood why only 2% of people actually do it. And I wanted to share a story with you. Our team once wanted to sell a juicer, so they made photos of the juicer, described it, created listings, and potential buyers started contacting us. And one of the buyers wanted to buy the juicer, and she wanted to do it in person. So she showed up at our office at reception with this. It's a carrot. She wanted to, Lala, would you hold this? She wanted to test the juicer, and she covered the entire reception with freshly squeezed carrot juice. So that was the time when we decided that for the next stage of Lalafo development, we are going to focus on making sure that our users are never going to need to meet with a carrot like this.
So what we ended up doing is providing a premium service to some of our users where a person sets a pickup time and Lalafo does the rest. So let's imagine a Saturday morning again. You're at your house, full of energy, you collected a box full of unused stuff. So what happens next? You push the pickup button, a courier comes. Lala, could you help us? A courier comes, takes the box with all your unused stuff, just in a matter of seconds, and take it away out of your house and your life. So your house, your mind are crystal clear, and you can go get your beer immediately. So while you're having fun, Lalafo takes professional photos of your items, describes the listings, sets optimal prices, and finds buyers for those items, and delivers these items to buyers. Those items which couldn't be sold, they are given to charity or to recycling on your behalf. So what you get the money for the sold items and wow reviews from people who got your items for free. So what we learned that people tend to give 100 items per collection, which is 50 times more than on traditional classifieds, with a value scale from 300 to 1,000 euro. 80% of people using the service are recommending it to their friends. And what is very interesting is that the biggest cost line in all this service is connected with item processing, and it is being heavily optimized using our product DNA technology.
So by combining technology and logistics, we created a very different and unique, valuable service for people that physically helps them get rid of the stuff they no longer use. We see that people recommend this service to others, and we see that the number of items that they put in the box is 50 times more than they normally list on traditional classifieds. So right now, the Lalafo is currently used by 3 million people per month, and we generate 1 billion euro in gross merchandise volume in our second-hand items category. So if the same 3 million people used the new service, this would generate 1 billion euro in the value of items processed per month, so which is 12 times more than it is currently. What we are going to do next, we would like to scale this service to other Western European countries. And if you liked what you saw today and if you share our vision, come talk to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's go, Lala.
Thank you, Berlin.